The smoke had cut visibility to less than a yard by the time he crawled through the window. It didn't matter at this point. He remembered where the bare mattress was located. Sweeping the beam of his flashlight in a tight arc in front of him, he advanced in that direction. He quickly found the mattress where it laid on the floor. A single dark blanket rested at one end in a heap. Reaching over, Knox pulled on the blanket and felt some slight resistance. Another tug, and the blanket slid away to reveal a black and white spotted dog, sprawled unconscious underneath. He scooped the animal into his arms and hurried back to the window and the ladder. By the time he got to ground level, Jennings was waiting for him with an oxygen can and a mask. Throwing off the blanket that had been placed across her shoulders, the young woman ran over to where the dog was placed on the ground so that the firefighter could begin chest compressions. Knox watched her kneel beside Jennings and clasp her hands before closing her eyes.
"Please, Lord, don't take Corky away from me, please. He's all I've got. Please protect him and save him. Oh, Lord, I pray. Please, let me keep him for a few more years."
Knox was about to dismiss her when Jennings let out a little shout. "Hey, we got another survivor!" The young woman gave a little cry of joy as she pressed her cheek to the dog's belly. She alternated between that and kissing the animal on the head as it continued to breathe with the help of the oxygen mask. Knox turned to leave when she noticed him and jumped to her feet. Rushing over, she took one of his gloved hands and held it between hers.
Thank you. Thank you so much."
He stared down at her eyes the color of chocolate, eyes that were red-rimmed from the smoke and tears, and nodded. Sliding his mask over his forehead, he gave her a nod. "Glad to have helped." A shout went up in his ear. "Casualties! We have casualties!" "Location!" Sands barked. "Second floor, southeast corner." Knox whirled around to stare up at the window he'd exited as a figure appeared there. The firefighter waved his arms, then disappeared back inside. Sands trotted over to where Knox was standing. His expression was a combination of concern and anger. "Norville, go help them!" He was on the move before the captain was finished. By the time he reached the top of the ladder, Martine appeared in the window with a body draped over his shoulder. He handed it over to Knox. "There's one more." "That's all?" "Yeah." "Where'd you find them?" "In the next room." "The next room?" Stunned, Knox slowly descended and handed the casualty over to a couple of paramedics, who immediately tried resuscitating it. Moving aside, Knox watched in sorrow as the elderly woman didn't respond. Before Martine arrived with the second one, the woman was pronounced dead on the scene. The second victim was also elderly, a man, presumably the woman's husband, although he could have been her boyfriend or a relative. He, too, was pronounced dead. "Norville, a word with you," Captain Sands ordered. Removing his hat and face mask, Knox went over to where the man stood. He already had an idea what the guy was about to say, and tried to prepare himself. As he expected, the man was livid. "You didn't see these two when you were inside?" "No, sir." He started to explain that the smoke had cut the visibility down to practically zero, but knew he'd be wasting his breath. "But you found it pertinent to save the dog instead of searching for more possible survivors?" It took him a second for the man's words to sink in. When their implications struck him, he felt his hackles instantly rise. "Sir, are you suggesting I deliberately chose to save the animal over those two people?" "Did you?"